This is the Paltalk News Network.
The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, Paltalk.com. Yeah, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users on demand on iTunes and on YouTube, and syndicated by our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio. You should be looking at our site, the new Paltalk News Network site, paltalknewsnetwork.com. Because there are a lot of great articles on there. There is a piece by Alan Jacey about Tim Pawlenty, the governor of Minnesota, and his aspirations to be president of the United States and the hurdles that are before him. There's an article by me about a conservative group that seeks to remove Muslims from the military. Remember, we were talking about that last week. I was opposed to it. One of our callers was in favor of it. I guess I was too harsh on her because I think I brought tears to her eyes as we had our debate. We have a great piece there by Michael Brown about how there's an attempt to remove FEMA from Homeland Security. Michael Brown ought to know what he's talking about. He's a former head of FEMA. And he believes that Homeland Security's interference in what he was trying to do contributed to all the problems during Katrina. There's a piece about sexual harassment on the job and a reference to the David Letterman case. There's a piece by Cassandra Wood about UK's Prime Minister Gordon Brown being criticized for his compassion, believe it or not. A great piece by Robert Garcia about how the horse, the filly, Zenyatta, raced into history over the weekend. And there's a piece analyzing Major Nadal Malik Hassan as an unlikely terrorist. All of that on today's PaltalkNewsNetwork.com. You don't want to miss it. Before we go to our guest, Renee Glazer, who is with the Get Out of Our House organization, I want to first ask our own James Hickman down there in the Gulf Coast region to just tell us what's the latest on Hurricane Ida. That's been a deadly storm. I think over 100 people were killed in El Salvador, 110 or something like that. It's now heading your way, James. Is it still a Category 2, and what preparations are being made on the Gulf Coast? James?
Okay, do I have the mic now? In fact, I do. Okay. Now, actually, they've downgraded this storm to tropical storm, if I'm not mistaken. That's the last report I have here. It's weakening. So the wave action along the coast is going to be a little bit less than what they anticipated. I don't blame Governor Jindal for going ahead and declaring an emergency, though. He would certainly have some egg on his face if he hadn't done that and it turned otherwise. But no, they will probably have a little bit of backside surge there in New Orleans, but it shouldn't be too critical. Right now, they're anticipating the fastest wind towards the core of the hurricane to be somewhere between 40 and 60 miles an hour. So you can probably anticipate 10 or 15, 20-foot swells on the beach, but it's not going to be as much of a surge or wind problem as it will be a flooding problem, Gary.
Yeah, that was the issue in El Salvador, the flooding. Of course, one would presume that the drainage in the states that are likely going to be hit, Louisiana, Alabama, Texas, maybe Florida, is better than that in El Salvador. But are they concerned, from what your reporting is finding, that the water, the rain will cause some flooding problems like they saw, in El Salvador?
Well, they are anticipating flooding in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and in Florida, where, of course, anybody's guess where it actually makes landfall. But I'm guessing it'll probably be somewhere between either Alabama or the Florida Panhandle. So yeah, obviously enough, there'll be some flooding, but nothing that I've heard thus far really indicates that they're going to be dealing with issues such as they had before the storm got there. So.
Okay, James, I know you'll be on top of that for us, and thank goodness it's down to a tropical depression or tropical storm, you said. But we'll keep an eye on it, and of course it could fluctuate and become hurricane strength again before it makes landfall tomorrow morning. Hopefully it will not, and if there's any damage down there, I'm sure you'll let us know. Our guest today is Renee Glazer, Glazer. She's with a group called Get Out of Our House, and the house to which she refers is the House of Representatives. She wants to throw them all out, throw the bums out, start all over. Doesn't matter whether they're Democrats, doesn't matter whether they're Republicans. It's time for a clean sweep, and she believes that our summer of discontent is leading us towards just doing that during the midterm elections next year. Renee Glazer, welcome to News Talk Online on the Paltalk News Network.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on.
Am I pronouncing your surname properly? Is it Glazer or Glazer?
It's Glazer, but that's quite all right.
Glazer. I wasn't sure, and I was right the first time, and I shouldn't have corrected myself before we went to air. Renee, tell me how Get Out of Our House, the organization, got started.
Well, Get Out of Our House got started by a gentleman by the name of Tim Cox out of Liberty Hill, Texas. It's right outside of the Austin area. And he was on vacation a couple of years ago, and he had a lot of mishaps that happened with him and his family, a lot of unfortunate circumstances, and they somehow got started on the political issue, and his son Tim's a computer guy. He worked for Dell for many years, and he's always a kind of fix-it, kind of solve-it guy. And due to a lot of these unfortunate events that happened in his life, it eventually led his son to tell his dad to fix the system. Don't complain about it, fix it. And you're a fix-it guy, so come up with the system to fix it. And Tim took it to heart and decided to work on a plan to fix the system, because our system and the way we elect our representatives is completely broken. As you know, most of these incumbent congressmen and senators represent only the special interest groups and the lobbyists that fund their campaign. And Tim's come up with a system. It's called GOOH. It's GOOH, and it stands for Get Out of